Exposition. Momo. Exposition. Kyoshi Island. Exposition. Avatar State. Hello everybody, this is Jeff and welcome to the channel where we discuss all things Avatar. Today we're going to recap and review episode 2, so with that, spoiler warnings ahead and let's jump in. Just to recap, in this episode, Aang, Sokka, and Katara decide to investigate and learn more about the Avatar State. Thanks to Zuko's journal, they decide to go to Kyoshi Island. There they are captured by the Kyoshi warriors, but after learning that Aang is the Avatar, they reluctantly agree and allow him 48 hours to research what he can. While Aang and Katara are researching, Sokka gets acquainted with Suki. Zuko and Iroh, while getting supplies, meet the Commander Zhao, who learns about the whereabouts of the Avatar and makes his way to Kyoshi Island to capture the Avatar. Aang is able to connect with Kyoshi herself in the spirit world, and while he's out, Zuko closes in on Aang. Katara does her best to stop him. Meanwhile, Zhao storms Kyoshi Island. In the spirit world, Kyoshi gives Aang a stern lecture before taking over his body in a demonstration of what the Avatar State can do. Perfect timing as Katara finds herself in a predicament, and then we're treated to an epic battle by Kyoshi herself as she defeats Zhao and the others, wrapping up the episode. Let's start out with the positives. This is the best looking episode so far. The production value is great, the color, the VFX, the costumes are all top notch, and having the majority of the episode shot in a physical location, the environments look amazing. This makes Kyoshi feel grounded and real. This is fantastic and what we want. Also, whomever did the casting has done a great job. Suki looks amazing and Kyoshi looks epic. And just like the first episode, the bending looks excellent, and I thought they did a good job with Momo's design and appearance. I'm also glad that Katara wasn't overpowered against Zuko in this moment. There are some interesting story developments. This is a very different take on Zhao from the cartoon. I'm okay with it for now. It really just depends on how they develop the characters throughout the season. There are some new characters and we're introduced to Suki's mom. We get a little backstory of Suki feeling isolated. Kyoshi herself gets more screen time and we get to see more of her character as she teaches Aang about the Avatar State. I'm just glad that they showed her being powerful and we got this awesome sequence at the end. I'm generally in favor of creative remixing as long as it adds depth and story to the characters. I'm not sure I'm a fan of Zuko's journal though. It just seems like an obvious plot device. One thing that does bother me is that there's too much exposition. I know sometimes exposition is necessary, and when done right, it can feel natural and organic, but man does this series love to cram in extra dialogue. There's just too much dialogue.
Zhao, he heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
Show us, don't tell us. Like this scene. I think this scene would have been more impactful if they just had Gran give it to Katara in person and cut down the dialogue. I mean, it looks like they filmed this scene anyways. Another nitpick was that the Kyoshi warriors were very awkward.
I think that might be a sign.
And we never got a sense that they were powerful. The only ones that we got a sense could fight was Suki and her mother, but even they could have used more scenes to showcase their skills. I know Suki felt isolated, but I didn't expect her to be this socially awkward.
The Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting and
Also, sometimes Suki looked like this, and she also looks like this. I blame the headdress placement. Also, what was the point of removing her makeup? It feels like it detracts from the mystique of her character, and magically, she was no longer awkward. Story-wise, removing Sokka's sexism as a character flaw makes it so we don't get a sense of change or growth, making their relationship feel underdeveloped. I don't think Sokka necessarily needs to be sexist to make their relationship develop, but he needs some type of character flaw to overcome so their relationship could grow together more naturally. Maybe just make him extremely arrogant or overly competitive. Katara is starting to feel low energy and flat. There are also some odd blocking moments. Same energy. It seems like Zhao could have just finished them off with a second blast. To wrap up, overall it was a pretty good episode. Some interesting takes on some classic characters such as Zhao. We're excited to see how his character develops over the season. I like the addition of Kyoshi having more of a presence and helping Aang. Production value was great. The actors are doing the best that they can with what they're given. And I think the casting is great. They just really need to trim down the dialogue. It kills the pacing and it's really straining the actors' performances. They're just spoon feeding us exposition, and it's the biggest gripe I have with the series so far. Make sure to subscribe and comment and let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with us, or maybe we're just full of crap? So, see you next time.